Feel like I'm always wearing this shirt in my videos. Hello, ASD Classified here, and I'm here with another review of Power Rangers Super Samurai, this time episode 12, Trust Me. And before I get into the review, I would like to talk about Decker and Dayu, since they're actually in this episode. So if you've been watching the show, then you know that Decker and Dayu are now working for Laz0rs in exchange of him repairing their broken weapons, some Uromasa and Dayu's harmonium. Now let me tell you why this irks me to no end. Now, I expected Dayu and Decker to work for Laz0rs because that's what happened in Shinkenger, but I expected them to come up with a different reason for why they're working for Laz0rs other than Shinkenger, at least for Dayu's case. For Decker, I can understand him working for Laz0rs because he doesn't remember what Laz0rs did to him. Not really, so I can understand. Dayu remembers everything. There is no reason that it's unbelievable that Dayu would work for Laz0rs all willy-nilly. Just willingly trusting the guy that sentenced you to an eternity in hell, basically. There's no reason at all. Oh, you're gonna fix my harmonium? Okay, I guess I'll work for you even though you tricked me horribly last time. No! Alright? You can't copy Shinkenger here because it doesn't work. It just... you care about fixing that harmonium so badly that you will work for the guy who practically ruined your entire life? Are you serious? It's just stupid. It's really stupid. You needed a better reason to have Dayu work for Laz0rs. I'm sorry, you did. But Samurai is still stuck on copying Shinkenger to his detriment, so I don't like it. Oh, and never mind the fact that in Samurai, Dayu already knows how she can fix her harmonium, because one of those episodes in the past, she tried to kidnap this guy and steal his musical essence, and that was supposed to repair the harmonium. So you know how to fix it. Why are you relying on Laz0rs? You can't tell me that one instance where the Rangers stopped her, that's going to deter her from ever trying again. Alright, I've said enough on that. Let's just get to the review. So in this episode, Laz0rs is on some random island, and he casts a spell on the inhabitants and makes them all super paranoid and fearful. He expects the Rangers to find out about this, and when they show up, he believes that he will finally destroy them. Sure enough, the Rangers' gap sensor goes off, and the sensor tells them that some mystical activity is going on the island. So the Rangers go there to investigate, and once they get on the island, they each split up into different teams. Mikey and Tony split up and go one way, JJ and Mimi split up and go another way, and Eminem and Kevin split up and go another way. And eventually each Ranger team is met up by some evildoers. JJ and Mimi, they meet up with Decker. Dayu meets up with Eminem and Kevin, and what's the other one? Oh man, Mikey and Tony meet up with the big dog, Laz0rs himself. Laz0rs actually has a pretty good original fight scene with Mikey and Antonio. And then Laz0rs uses his magic to make the two Rangers float up into the air, and then he leaves them there. Because, don't ask me why, it's stupid. Meanwhile, at the Great Hall of the Justice League, the Shiva House, that little kid, Cody, he stops by and he gives Yusa's mentor a new weapon that he's made. Back to the action. Dayu manages to kick Eminem and Kevin's butts and knock them into the river. And then Jaden and Mia and Decker are duking it out, right? And during this fight, Decker starts to give Jaden some grief because apparently he is no longer a lone warrior and he relies on teamwork, and that's making him weak and soft. And here's where my first problem with this episode comes in. See, young Jaden, not Asian Sheba, has always promoted teamwork. He has been the poster child for teamwork ever since episode 1. Even Origins, He has been work as a team and we can do it, and Rangers Together Samurai forever. That's just Jaden. He's been teamwork all the time. So this, oh, you're weak now because you rely on teamwork thing that they stole from Shinkenger does not work here. And Shinkenger, the Japanese Red Ranger, he was a bit of a loner, and it took him a while to actually start to rely on his team and trust them and stuff. That was shown throughout the series. That was not done in Samurai. They didn't copy that much. So, like, there's only like one episode where Jaden was like, oh, I need to battle alone. And he quickly got over that mess. So, no, it doesn't work. You can't copy Shinkenger here because you didn't lay down the groundwork like they did. Just, oh, man. So, yeah, Decker gives Jaden an ass whooping and then leaves because he's disappointed in his weakness. Blah. And then this episode just starts to get silly. Like, we have this new monster of the day, and he equips the Moogers with laser blasters and claims that this is the era of the laser blasters and that Samurai can't stand up against power like this. It's like, this is not revolutionary technology, folks. Like, Power Rangers has been using laser blasters since like 1993. No. Like, I'm not impressed at all. They act like this is just the most amazing thing they could think of. Like, no. So anyway, Jaden goes to find Decker again, despite, you know, being a little injured. He manages to find Decker, and he also finds this altar that is the source of Sarada's spell over the island. Anyway, Decker doesn't want to fight Jaden anymore because, you know, we teamwork, all that. And so Dayu steps in and fights Jaden for him, and then Mia jumps into the action and saves Jaden, and she starts spouting off this speech about how teamwork is not a bad thing, it's actually a positive, and Rangers together, Samurai forever, and the Lollipop Guild, etc., etc. And then the other Rangers jump in as well. Apparently, Kevin got Mikey and Antonio down from the sky. Then the new monster of the day and his laser-toting Moogers show up, and Jaden in his super mode, and the other Rangers have to combat them. And then once Antonio gets shot the freak up, then Mentor shows up on a motorcycle, and he rides in and he starts kicking some Mooger tail. Don't ask me why the Moogers didn't just shoot Mentor dead. Don't ask me why. But then he throws Jaden the new weapon that Cody brought him. And this new weapon is called the Bullzooka. With the power of the Bullzooka, JJ manages to, like, decimate the Moogers and destroy the monster. And then the monster, you know, turns giant. And the other Rangers fight him in a Zord fight that I don't really care about and kill him. Yeah. And then Jaden continues to fight other Moogers on the ground. Jaden also proceeds to destroy Sarada's altar, which breaks the spell he had over the island people. And then Decker was actually about to, you know, get down and dirty with Jaden again, but Sarada stopped that and then instead summoned giant spit fangs and a... what the hell is that thing called again? What? Papyrex. Giant spit fangs and a papyrex, right? Whatever, okay, they had another Zord fight. During the fight, the Rangers formed the Gigazord, and Jaden went into his Shogun mode, and then he combined his Mega Blade with the Bullzooka to form the Shogun Spear. Now, the effects used to form the Shogun Spear looked really cool. It did. It looked awesome. However, it just annoys me of the waste that is the Shogun mode. Like, it's just wasted in the Zord cockpit. Like, how can you make something like this that looks really cool, but not use it to, like, have fights with the monsters on the ground and stuff? Like, how do you do this? Only in bad seasons, man. The Rangers win the Zord fight, and the episode ends with Jaden hinting at some secret he has. Mike somewhat joking about Mentor being an old fart, and subsequently tripping over some dead fish and falling on the ground. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, I wasn't feeling this episode, obviously. I mean, the previous two I really liked, as you saw my last review. I mean, this one, no. I guess a 2 out of 5. It's just, it has good action. So I guess I'm all caught up now with samurai reviews. Just to fall behind again. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to review this week, or if I do, I'll be late with it. But, so yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys later. You know, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/ASDclassified, and yeah, like me, rate me, dumb me. Comment that right off of the community channel or whatever. Later, you guys. Sorry this video is a little long. I try not to make them this long, but sometimes I babble, you know. Blah.